Okay, today is Saturday, July 8th, and it's time for my weekly update for Weight Watchers. And this week's is about asserting yourself. I have no problem asserting myself, but some people do. And so this is what we're going to talk about today. And I'll start off with, I did have a loss of 0.9. So I have a total loss of 42.2. So I'm very proud of that. I gained 1.3 last week, so I still have to lose 0.4 to get back on track for my 5 for July, which I have every intention of accomplishing. So we did talk about the book today, believe it or not. I did get some bad news in the meeting. My leader is leaving. She's the reason I joined. Well, not the reason I joined. She's the reason I stayed with Weight Watchers. I had joined New Year's Eve, and I wasn't really motivated. Not so much, it was partly me, but partly the leader. It just didn't work. And then just by chance, for some weekend we had to go somewhere, and so I happened to come to this meeting that was close to my house. And she hooked me. I was just gonna, actually I really was just gonna stay till my month was up, and then I was gonna just let my membership lapse. But she inspired me, and she's gonna be missed. I did talk to her after the meeting, and when I do reach my 100-pound goal, I want her to award it to me. So she said she'd come back for that. The leader that took her place, is taking her place, has substituted for her in the past, and she's nice. Her name is Denise, but she's not Kim. Anybody that had a leader that they've really fell in love with, not love like, but that you really were inspired by, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to miss Kim, but I'm still determined to stay on track. So anyway, it was assert yourself, and assertion is expressing yourself in an honest, straightforward way that helps you get what you need. It shows that you respect yourself and others around you. It sounds simple. Yeah, it really does sound simple, but why is it so hard to do sometimes? Maybe we were worried that we're going to come off too aggressive. People won't like us. People that their views might outweigh our views, and so it can be a skill if you learn how to use it the right way. And once you've mastered the skill, you'll be assertive in a very effective way, and you won't fear hurting people's feelings. They'll just know that this is exactly what you want in your life, and you're not going to let anybody get in your way. They can try to prod you with food and tempt you, but you are your own boss. You control what you put in your mouth, and you control how much weight you're going to lose or gain in that sense. How it helps to be assertive is to be able to respectfully but firmly express your feelings and ask for support. It'll help you to manage a tricky situation, and it'll help you to stay on plan. And they said, for instance, if you have urge to take seconds at dinner or face skepticism about your need to go to the gym, you got to learn that, sometimes if you do want that seconds, just figure it into your points. Don't deprive yourself. If you deprive yourself later on, you're going to binge, and it's just not going to work. You need to learn to be an advocate for yourself and to put your needs before other people's needs. And this is something that I do need to work on. I always put other people's needs before mine. This is what you can do to express yourself. An example is a behavior you might want to change. You watch TV and have to do the dishes after dinner, so you don't have time for a walk. You do the walk before dinner. Plan that into your dinner preparation. I have to start dinner at 4, but no, I have to wait. I have to start it at 3:30, because at 3:30 I'm going to go for my walk, because at 4 o'clock I'm going to start my dinner preparations. Explain the effect it's having on you. Example, I end up not getting my walk in most days of the week. If I don't get my walk in every day, that's part of my routine. I get up in the morning, I empty the dishwasher, straighten up the house a little bit, and then outside I'm on for my walk. And this just part, and so if it rains or something, that really bums me out. It really does. I'm just so upset that I can't walk. Who'd have ever thought that would happen with me, but it did. What you need to do to change. An example is, would you please do the dishes Monday through Wednesday and Friday after dinner so that I can walk for 20 minutes? Jim's not here for dinner, so that is not a problem for me. But when he was here for dinner, our agreement always was that whoever made the dinner, the other person had to clean up. Because Jim was a cook in a prior life. He was a cook in the Army, and he was a short order cook most of his life before he was drafted into the Army. And he is a good cook. He really is. He does make a really good meatloaf. I got to give him that. Whenever we have meatloaf, he makes the meatloaf. I make the scalloped potatoes. but he is a good cook. Not a good barbecuer, but don't tell him I said that. He doesn't know how to barbecue. It's either raw or overdone, but so we don't barbecue much. The Think Again page is an unhelpful thought is if I ask the waitress for the dressing on the side, she'll just get annoyed, and I don't want to affect our service. But the helpful thought is I'm allowed to ask for something specific. I can't say that word. I'm allowed to ask for something specific at a restaurant. Having the dressing on the side might help me follow my dinner plan, and if I ask politely and assertively, I'm sure you'll be happy to accommodate my needs. Any restaurant that you go to wants you to come back. They will, within reason, cater to your needs. Sometimes if there's a special sauce and you ask for like something not in the sauce, if it's a sauce that's already prepared, there's nothing they can do. But like if you want like a 3-egg omelet, if you ask them for 1 egg yolk and 2 egg whites, they're still going to use the 3 eggs no matter what. So they don't have a problem with that. And they'll do it for you. They really will. An unhelpful thought is if I ask for things more assertively, I'll just sound rude and aggressive. And the helpful thought is I can ask for things assertively without being rude or aggressive. Asking specifically for what I want can help you feel more in control of your plan and reach your goals. I am a very assertive person. I don't know if you've ever figured that out about me, but I've been having a problem with my DirecTV. I've been on them since March. I have been persistent, but nice, and I finally got a supervisor, and so I think that my problem has been resolved. And that's just what you have to do. I always remember story time. If you only watch for this, you don't realize I do story time sometimes. But I used to be a manager at Montgomery Ward, and I would always tell the people that I had working for me that if there came a point that if somebody wanted a refund or something and it was beyond their class grade that they couldn't give a refund to, I would always tell them to page, if you wanted them to get a refund because they treated you with respect, but it was just you weren't within the power to give them the refund, to page me as Sandy. And when I went over there, I would make sure that they got a refund, whether they deserved it or not. If you decided that they wanted to get a refund because they were very respectful of you, they were going to get a refund. On the same regard, if you paged me as Sandra, no matter what they said or did, they were never going to get a refund. They would have to go to the store manager and because I wouldn't give it to them. I backed up my people because I took their judgment to be true, and I never had a problem with that. I got called into the store manager's office quite a few times, but you know what? I always backed my people. If I had to get written up for that, I got written up for that because you get treated the way you treat people, and you have to start being nice. And if you don't, then that's what's going to happen. At the end of the video, I'm going to include these. She handed out some handouts for healthy guidelines, and then what you can do when you got people that aren't really helping you along, and you put dear whoever, and then these are the things that you can tell them, and you can just read those at the end. You can screenshot them or pause it or whatever. But one of the things that she told us that we have to do is get activity. And it doesn't have to be hard activity. You just got to get moving. I don't think of walking as an exercise, but it is an exercise. I realize that. But I don't think of it as an exercise. I enjoy walking. I like the time to myself. I like listening to my music. I like looking at the sights all around me. I get thorough enjoyment out of it. Even when it's really, really hot and muggy, I still enjoy it. It makes a more difficult walk if it's hot and muggy, but I still enjoy it. So she did a quote that everybody's heard in the past. A body in motion stays in motion. Activity helps you keep your weight loss over people who don't continue exercising. So once you lose your weight, don't think that you're going to stop exercising, because you're going to always have to exercise your whole life. That's the point of it. The older you get, which I'm finding, I don't think of my age in a number. I really don't. I'm 66. I don't feel 66. I never think of myself as 66. To me, 66 is old, but I don't think I'm old. But I do realize that at my age, that if I don't move it, I'm going to lose it. If you don't keep active, your muscles just they just relax, and they don't want to come back to life. So you just got to keep moving and keep those joints and muscles moving. And 100% of your weight loss depends on your attitude. If you have the attitude that, well, I'm not really going to lose weight, you're not going to lose weight. I have the attitude if I go out to eat, I'm going to gain weight. which is a true statement. But then since I know that's a true statement, I have to know that once I eat out, that the next day I have to get right back on track. I can't just like slide back and say, oh, I ate out. Like this past week, I ate out 3 times. And I could have very easily said, well, you know, I gain when I eat out, so why am I going to worry about it? No, I ate out the 3 times, and I went right back on track, and I lost 0.9. One day, if you watch my daily vlog, you'll see I had a craving for chips and dip, and I figured it into my day, and I had some chips and dip. It was just enough to satisfy my urge. It was not what the old Sandy would have had. The old Sandy would have probably had twice as many chips, and definitely a half a carton of the chip dip. And I only had 2 tablespoons of dip, and I had 1 ounce of chips, which was quite a bit of chips. I was really surprised. When you make a mistake, own it. Move on. Anybody can say, well, you know, I blew my plan for today. I might as well wait till next week. No, you start right away. If you screw up at one meal, if you screw up at breakfast, don't say, well, the whole day is shot. Then just say, well, you know, I screwed up at breakfast. I'm just going to have to be really good for lunch and dinner. Or in my case, just dinner, because I don't eat lunch. Let the number on the scale be secondary to your weight loss. I know everybody wants to see a great weight loss. Everybody wants to see a great number. But think of how you're feeling, how much more you're moving. If you go to the doctors, if your blood pressure's gone down, if your cholesterol numbers have gone down, your sugar, you know, all of those things are saying that you're going in the right direction. If the scale doesn't show it, don't worry about it. It'll get there. You know, sometimes your body just has to readjust. But mine's been readjusting for a long time. It's just, but that's my fault, not my body's fault. I don't give my body any blame for that. I give Sandy blame for everybody that. And you want to think about how you can avoid food pushers. And everybody has a food pusher in their life. But what you want to say is just, you know, thanks, but I'm really not hungry. I just ate breakfast or I just ate lunch. But, you know, maybe you could wrap it up and I could take it home. And then when you take it home, don't eat it. Or give it to somebody else that, you know, can afford to eat it. Also, you could just say, you know, I'd like to eat that, but it just doesn't agree with me. I get acid reflux or something. I don't know what it is. I used to be able to eat it all the time, but now I just get ill from it. Maybe it's a lie, but you know, it's a friendly lie. It's what they call a white lie, so it'll be good. And then also, if you're going to a party that you know that there's not going to be stuff that you like, bring something to share. You know, I've said this in the past. Nobody wants to bring a fruit tray because it's so much work, and it really is kind of expensive. But you know what? If you go to a party, what's the first thing that's gone? The fruit tray. Everybody eats the fruit. Everybody loves the fruit. They just don't want to take the time to bother with it. So she ended the meeting with a quote, and she must have known how much I like quotes. And the quote was, "When we try to lose weight alone, we can feel isolated and do so little. But together we can attain our health and our weight goals." And I truly, truly believe that. So once again, the book is on Assert Yourself. Let me get it over here. And just assert yourself. You don't have to be rude. You just have to just be firm in your beliefs on what you want to do, and just say, you know, I'm on a weight loss program. I know you're trying to help me, but I'm good. So thank you very much. So. Okay, well, I will see you guys next week, so I hope you like the video. Subscribe, comment, and share.